The killer is...
Do I have to pick now?
Someone right here!
Oh, okay.
I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly and began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own and the steel box began to move.
Yeah, it is significantly lower amount of people.
Oh yeah. The clinking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere.
Rose, you still gonna make those pies? Or
I'm not
cakes,
sure.
right? They weren't pies, they were cakes. Or no. No, they were cakes.
What?
Rose make cakes.
Oh, Ralze makes cakes, yeah. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto cool fate. Yeah, it's literally almost the same voice, too. Ralze, you can make me some cake?
Why is the courtroom different?
Because it's different every chapter.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
They were both the same sort of color, though.
He mentions he redecorates.
Fair enough. He did, it was, like, redecorated, but it wasn't entirely different.
It changes every...
Okay.
Every...
They sort of kept it similar the first two times.
Well, when I see all you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Only because of you!
Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Damn straight, you were a Monokuma.
Stop goofing around and let begin the trial.
Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial
This
break.
is where I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna end it right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the video right there.
That's perfect.
Or I'm gonna put an ad there if I can't end it there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna purposely put an ad right there.
Yeah.
I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats.
They're not really seats, they're more like stands, but okay.
Yeah.
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial.
Yeah, we get it, Makoto. We get it, Makoto.
You got it, Makoto.
Oh yeah, set skills. I got a new one.
You did.
Well, Lost in Thought was a good one.
You have 10 points. You can... No, you want to keep that one because you got 10 fucking points.
Oh, was it? Did I turn it off?
I thought you did, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I did. Okay, yeah, it's equipped. Yeah, these are the ones I already have.
Oh, no, Lost in Thought was the one you got then.
No, I got,
No, that
that
was
was just
coin
the one
one.
that helped me find
What does
coins.
Lost in Thought do?
Lost in Thought was the one, increases the time limit.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Okay, so using 10
And
points.
then, voice was increases damage
Yeah.
when a statement is destroyed,
Yeah.
and increases bullet capacity. Yeah, the other one was just for coins.
Yeah.
So, I don't need to go over the other things. All rise!
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Just skip this
Yeah,
shit. We know
it's
what
the
we're
same thing.
doing.
Figure out who done it.
Besides the black kid, I was going to graduate.
I'm sorry, I'm just listening to Monokuma's voice because it's so weird not hearing mine.
Oh yeah. We already know who did it.
Was that?
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try to deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer?
No.
Or before anything else, we have to make that clear.
It's too obvious. I wouldn't be.
Bum, 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 bum.
Make your heart That's the hero's message. Wait, that was the one about the.
That was the
note?
one about him, yeah, his handwriting and shit. Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit. I don't know anything about that stuff. That's not true. It's a conspiracy. Hero, why? Why did you kill them? No, hold on a second.
Oh yeah, why is remembering thing? That's not what I meant to do.
I mean, look at the blueprints. The handwriting's awfully messy. Remember right here's handwriting is.
I know what I have to do. I just forgot which button
Anything
to
found
press
in your room is white.
to slow it down.
The blueprints, the suit parts, that's what you want, yeah.
No, I just forgot what slow it down.
I think it's one of the triggers.
I think it was. Yeah, I was gonna say it was the right.
Because
trigger
one of
or
the
something.
triggers. No, wait, maybe it's B. I think
B speeds it up.
B speeds it up, and one of the triggers slows it down.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints? What do you mean? Well, take a look at this. It's a note that Hero wrote asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
You're saying that right in front of Monokuma, though.
Yeah, I know, they do it once more, too. The handwriting is obviously different when you say. When you compare it to the blueprints. There's no way you could think the same person made both of them. Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting. No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on, I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero is innocent as well.
What? Then who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Literally, Byaku's full shtick is to say, oh yes, I know the exact thing. Tell them, Naegi.
Yeah.
That's his whole shtick. And of course he passed it off to me. So, who was in the Robo Justice suit? Suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit.
Hina, the Illuminati! I knew it! Yes, Hero.
Yeah, Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt, Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense! You just said Hero didn't do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right, the culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption! And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course, but before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first, so let's get that out of the way.
Hey! Stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Tell them, Naegi!
Tell them, slave.
The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been...
Clearly Fumi's glasses.
Yes! Clearly.
The thing that moved Taka's body was this.
I got it! There's still one more thing.
Yeah, of course.
The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been...
The tarp.
Tarp. I got it!
Got it.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right? I gotta start getting into the habit of saying those because the sound effects aren't there. So I gotta remember to add them back in, because in the earbuds he says, I got it!
Yeah.
So I always have to, I sometimes forget sometimes to add those back in.
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta remember to do that. What's with the attitude? So let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it. Okay, then explain the tarp and the dolly. Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly. In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken? Huh? Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? The dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Thank you, Celeste. I appreciate it.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Thank you, Celeste. I appreciate it.
Wow, I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to bullet time
Oh,
barrels.
I guarantee you it has.
Let's talk about reloading. Oh god, this is why I hate these things. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe.
Like you have every single time.
Yep. On the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the Y button won't be enough to handle them.
So is this
Now
where
it'll
you
cost
go Y, A,
Yeah.
Y,
mhm. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the X button. So there's 3 buttons you have to cycle through pressing now. Just like locking on, you have to press the X button to time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the X button now is a function along with the A and Y buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. So fever time you do by pressing one of the triggers.
Yeah, that was when I increased the pace or whatever. And
Yes.
Yeah.
But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all.
But we're not
on gentle. We're on kind. In which case you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun.
So I only have 1 bullet then, and I
You
have to
have
keep
a
pressing
couple
X.
bullets,
Oh, okay.
but
Oh, the tempo's different than it usually is. Oh, shit. Come on, hello? Shit! Okay. Wait, how do I do the... Wait, I can't see anything. It says negative.
yeah, that's why you need to go into your fever time.
I just did.
But now that you're fever time, you should be able to click it whenever if you're in fever
Oh,
time.
is that how it works?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it would
Nope.
take away the negative.
Nope. Just hit Y.
Okay. I forgot how the tempo thing worked.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, the bullet thing isn't too bad.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the body of a dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with the mark that matched with the tire mark that matched the dolly's wheel track. Blah, 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 I can't talk. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Now let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it? I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If you look at how the body was moved, it will become clear why the person's suit could have done it. What did he mean by that?
Oh, I know exactly what he means by that.
Yep. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
As we know, Taka was killed
Wrong.
in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct? Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in a tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right? Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle. Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you have to do is bend over.
Okay, so it is the bumper.
No, that's wrong! You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position to do that? What do you mean? Think back on what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember? I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight. When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that? Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet? When you can't even see your feet, you really think someone could hit the dolly dial that way? Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't it just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body? There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off to move the body because...
Once it's on, you can never take it off.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option, if you remember.
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help?
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It's keeping you from getting off.
Ooh.
It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. I don't think you can get it off on your own.
Ooh.
We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take off without help.
Then you really can't take off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Take off is not a thing.
I know.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have seen us wearing it. Showing up in that suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect him.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, I couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
She seems very adamant about putting this on Robot.
I was gonna say, it seems like a certain someone is very adamant about making Hiro the target.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice. See, you can see now he's totally leaning on him.
Yeah. The other thing, though, is that Hifumi is awake in this picture.
Yeah.
Like, he's not... Because I was wondering if it was... Because if it was Hifumi sort of slumped over and Robo Justice was slumped over, then I would say Celeste. But Hifumi's still suspicious because he's basically posing for this picture.
Fair enough. If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How'd you get hurt? That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him, but just now.
So long as these facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
So I've decided what my choice is right now. I feel like Hifumi was a culprit, or not a culprit,
An accomplice?
an accomplice to Celeste. That's just my thought right now. Like, for some reason, he died to let Celeste get out. Because he seems to be... Because the only two people, like, the two people that are pinning this on Hiro are Celeste and Hifumi. Mm-hmm. Hifumi's dead. Mm-hmm. But Hifumi also... Because, again, I was wondering why it seemed like Hifumi was the killer, and I was like, well, maybe because he's helping out. So it's, and again, he did say that... He didn't say there was no accomplices. He said you have to figure out who the mastermind was. Mm-hmm. Unless here, Fumi's the mastermind and she's the accomplice, but that would get kind of dicey. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
Yeah, that's gotta be right. Oh my god, Owie, stop.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. This is the one point in the game where I have so many more characters to voice than you.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the one point in the game. After this, it gets much better. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here? My voice is getting sore now.
Let's review this series of unfortunate events. Hey! From the beginning. That was totally on purpose. Ah, what a pain in the ass! That face.
What a pain in the ass.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If that is what it takes, we have to do it.
Now, Sakura, you love reviewing things, right?
Oh yeah. Plus, maybe maybe we'll get down to find where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Alright then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall, Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and I. Oh, that'd be right, Makoto and me would be right.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I knew it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
What's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
that was the exact moment I figured out something weird was going on. That one right there.
Yeah. Well, when it first happened.
When it first happened, yes.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that, I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did. Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Gah! Huh?
I'm pretty sure that was a...
What was that?
Yeah.
That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office! That's the wrong voice. Too many voices.
You didn't say it in the right voice.
Hifumi's in the nurse's office.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toga chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
I love the party going on.
Oh, yeah.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened. Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment.
Meanwhile, they just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found the bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's what I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed to the nurse's office, but right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising. Hifumi's body has disappeared. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we left Toko passed out in the equipment room and hurried back again.
Well, this can't be happening.
Are we hallucinating all this or something? But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Pardon me.
Wow, you actually get to talk.
I know. I didn't realize. Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. Yeah, see, once they lay the story out like this, Celeste is literally just every single event. Which is when we rediscovered the corpses.
But they do it pretty well in context. Once they lay it out like this, it's made clear. But when it's in context,
well, again, because but the thing is that they distract you with so much going on that you don't notice it.
I think that about covers it. I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events. Okay, well, if that's true, then what? Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka. The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what.
I love her face.
Yeah. I like that she's the one at the trials now.
Oh yeah.
And Toko never really had anything to say. So.
Well,
So regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was early after? We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
I forgot what Monokuma file number 3 said.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers. It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing from Justice Hammer 4. See? It's so obvious Taka came after!
Again, I don't remember what the file said. It said they were died by a blow to the head.
At any point. You can press X and it'll bring up the menu.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe not right now, but yeah, there you go.
Truth thought. This is what I want to say, because the victims were Fume, and the cause of death for each blow to the head, it thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. I don't see how that contradicted any of that, but okay.
He'll give us a little hint, whether really not, or maybe not. So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after? You already know what order they were killed in. I don't think you can say anything about it. Taka came last. What makes you say that? Because of the numbering of the hammers. And that's gotta be it. Oh,
No.
or not. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird is going on. Oh, don't forget you can highlight someone's statement too. As well.
Oh shit. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's it.
So regarding Taka's death, I'm not gonna read these again.
It has to be a yellow statement though.
Yes. What order? Highlight what order.
Yeah, I
And
missed
then
it.
it's the numbers. You can
Yep.
speed up with B.
Because I was gonna say it can't have to do with Monokuma's file because it gives you nothing.
Right.
So you're right. I forgot that that was a thing that you can do. It was Y.
Yep. There you go.
Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button.
There we go. No, that's wrong!
Breathe.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality Taka was killed before Hifumi. Okay, then let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. That would be the note.
Oh, either that or... Yeah, I was gonna say wristwatch.
Wristwatch, yeah.
Nope, I'm looking for an I. There it is.
R.
S, please. Yeah,
B, 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 B.
wrist. Wow.
That's it.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See, look, it broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
See, but this is why, because we talked about this. I don't know if it was during the episode or whatever. I think it was. This is why I think that they would have to have been able to take pictures with their tablets.
Yes.
Because like he says, "See, look." It's like,
Uh-huh.
all right, can we get his body in here for?
Yeah. Let's get his body in here for analysis.
You know what I mean? There has to be pictures. So.
Oh yeah. Well, see, because I think honestly, it's more of a hand-waved game abstraction, which is why I would have a weird mind's eye theater thing in the live-action version I would do, just because again, it'd still be hand-waved, but it'd be for movies instead of games.
Well, I just mean like
But they must have pictures
for
of their tablets.
for evidence for this, they have to be able to take pictures
uh-huh.
or something like that.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night.
Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? We already did this.
Taka's irritated voice pretty serious. He stared at the
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Bedtime for little boys.
Oh,
You know a lot about that.
I do. So it was that's our voice. So it wasn't broken after 6. People thank you for yelling in the hallways.
You're welcome.
They're yelling in the halls, Taka.
As long as they're not running.